Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a new chapter from the portion of history that is Civilization and Cities. In this, we are going to study about Indus Valley Civilization or Harappan Civilization. Now, under this, we will study about discovery of civilization, features of civilization, and decline of civilization. Now, let us see the chapter. Understanding prehistory. More than 4,500 years ago, people lived in large cities that were situated on bank of river Indus. These people were urban and civilized. Their civilization is called the Indus Valley or Harappan civilization. So, more than 4,500 years ago, there was a city, a large city, which was situated on the bank of river Indus, and the people in this city, the people were urban and civilized, and this civilization, the name of this civilization is Indus Valley civilization. Now, unveiling of Harappa. Till the second decade of 20th century, nothing was known about the Harappan civilization, and historians believe that Indian history was only about 3,500 years old. So by the second decade of 20th century, nothing was known about the Harappan civilization, and what the historians thought that Indian history was only 3,500 years old. Now, in 1920, Rai Bahadur Daya Ram Sahni discovered the ruins of Harappa, a small village in Montgomery district of Punjab in present-day Pakistan. So, in 1920, Rai Bahadur Daya Ram Sahni, he discovers the ruin of Harappa, a small village in Montgomery district of Punjab, which is in present day in Pakistan. Now, in 1921, R.D. Banerjee came upon the remains of a civilization in Mohenjo-daro on the bank of river Indus in Larkana district of Sindh, now in Pakistan. Again, a new discovery was there, new excavation was there in year 1921 by R.D. Banerjee, who founds the remain of Mohenjo-daro on the bank of river Indus in Larkana district of Sindh, which is now in Pakistan. Originally, it was called Indus Valley Civilization because the first cities were found on the bank of river Indus. So originally the name of this civilization was Indus Valley Civilization, as it was found on the bank of river Indus. Later more sites were discovered in the mainland. Since many of the cities had the same pattern as Harappa, it became the type site. So as many cities were discovered even on the mainland, and they all had the same patterns as Harappa, so they became a type city. The type city means the places which has the same type of culture and whose name is applied on the culture or intents. Now, thus the civilization came to be known as the Harappan civilization. Now, study the map given on the next page to know the extent of Harappan civilization. The Indus Valley civilization flourished in northwest part of Indian subcontinent. It spread over Sindh, Baluchistan, Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat, Rajasthan, and from Jammu in north to Narmada estuaries in west. A major portion of it is now in Pakistan. Sortugi in Afghanistan was a Harappan trading post. Now, the map given on the next page, in that we can see the extent of the Harappan civilization. Now, the green color dots that we can see here in this part of map, this part of map and this part of map, it shows the Harappan sites. Now, The Indus Valley civilization, it's the civilization of Indus Valley. It flourished from northwest part of Indian subcontinent and it spread over Sindh, Balochistan, Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat, Rajasthan, and from Jammu in north to Narmada estuaries in the west. Now, major portion of it is now in Pakistan. Now, Saudgai in Afghanistan was the Harappan trading post. Now, the Harappan script has not been deciphered. The remains uncovered in the excavation are only source of information about the civilization. So the Harappan civilization. So as Harappan civilization script is not decrypted, means not read till now, so the remains uncovered in excavated are only sources of the information about the civilization. So as we are unable to read the language of the Harappan civilization, so whatever things we can make out or we can reveal about the civilization is only through the excavations. Now, features of civilization. In ancient world, no other civilizations had shown as much advancement in the civic sense as Indus Valley civilization. The cities of this civilization were well developed urban centers. The buildings were made of stones and burned bricks. This civilization was known for its spectacular city planning and efficiency. So in the ancient time, none of other civilization have been found as such an advanced and such a civic civilization as Indus Valley civilization. Now, the cities of Indus Valley, the sites of the civilization of Indus Valley was well developed and urban centers. The buildings were made of stones and burned bricks, and the civilization was known for the spectacular planning and efficiency. Means the city has a very good planning. Now, town planning. The city of Indus Valley were well planned. Many sites were divided into two parts. Many cities were divided into two parts, upper town and lower town. Usually the upper part to the west was smaller and the higher. This was the Citadel, where some special buildings were located. The part of east was bigger and lower. This was the lower town, which was laid out in the grid pattern with houses, straight roads and proper sanitation system. So the cities of Indus Valley civilization was very well planned, and the city was divided into two parts, that is, one is the upper town and the other was the lower town. Usually the upper part of to the west of the civilization was smaller and higher, and this was known as the Citadel, where the special buildings were located, and the part to the east were lower and bigger, and it was the lower town which was laid with the grid pattern of the houses and had straight road and proper sanitation. Now, tomorrow we'll begin from the special buildings. Thank you.